Greetings YouTube, Yellow Belly here in my bedroom, in the boudoir, and shh, don't tell the bug army. I'm having a look at this. Oh, that way, there it is. Commodore 64. Now the Commodore 64, I have known nothing about. Back in my day, when in the 80s, I chose the Amstrad CPC. Sorry, I just got my pen on the floor. Reason being was probably different from a lot of people. It was mainly because the mid to late 1980s, and I was at school and I was doing an O level in computer studies. And the one thing I loved doing was programming in BASIC. Now at school they had BBC Micros, and my mates had Electrons, etc. And I never knew a single person with a C64. So I never experienced it. Now, the newest experience I had to a Commodore 64 was seeing a demo of Ghostbusters on TV in W.H. Smith's when I used to go and buy games for my Amstrad. But the main selling reason for me for the Amstrad was the BASIC. Locomotive BASIC. It had a really advanced BASIC, which I feel is better than any of the others. I've seen the others, and I knew that the Commodore had you had to poke into machine code to try and get any sort of graphics going on, and it didn't suit. Anyway, so I used to stick my Amstrad in my backpack, ride to school with me on my Rally Grifter, and take it into computer lessons. And I used to stay after school. We had quite a computer club after to work on my O level, which I passed with flying colours, no problem. With honours or whatever. I can't remember how the grades worked, but it was the top one. I was well made up. It was easy to program, easy to do. I did some sort of like graphical scale conversions and things like that program. But yeah, absolutely awesome, loved it. So, and then obviously after programming BASIC, we're talking like 1985, I used to take me Amstrad everywhere with me. I'd ride around to my mates, take it with me. I had the modulator. I had the green screen at home, and I had the modulator as well, which used to go with me to my mates' houses. And I'd race around to their house on my Rally Grifter, 85, 86, and and play there with them. And they had various machines. I had one mate who had a ton of machines, but never a 64. He did have an Atari 800 XL, which I was impressed with. He was my busy mate. And we used to always travel up to a computer shop in Manchester to have a look at all the machines and things like that. And do the usual, tempering, somebody's a knobhead, 20 go to 10 kind of thing. But yeah, we'd look at all the machines, and his dad was rich, so he used to have one. He had loads of them. Honestly, every month he'd have a new machine, but never a C64. So yeah, I never really experienced it. Now, I used to get CVG and various magazines back in the day. We used to get basic listings in them. I don't know if you can remember that. But what I used to do is look at the reviews, obviously, of games, and the C64 was there amongst them. And I'd look at the C64 screenshots, and I'd look at the Amstrad screenshots, and I'd go, mine looks better. Why is everybody raving about the C64? The one thing I always didn't like was the washed out colour scheme, the palette. It was all lilacs, and the red looked like another shade of brown. I think they had a brown shade in the colours. And I never liked it. And I've always said, you know what, if Commodore, in their infinite wisdom, had just kept the colour scheme of the colour palette, I should say, like the Amstrads, they would have converted so many people to it. So roll on, we're in 2020 now, And I was having a chat with a friend online, OSG, and I decided, I mean, yeah, I got the C64 Mini, which I hooked up, hardly use it. I'll be dead honest, I hardly use it. Again, the colour washout, it just kind of gets to me, and it's like, well, you know. But yeah, I downloaded Vice 3.14, I think 3.4 is it now? We're up to on it, and you can, like you can with all, you can change the colour palette, which is awesome for me because I just put it onto RGB and max out the saturation, and it looks so much better to me now. Let's be honest, the only thing us Amstrad owners had was in our favour, really, games wise. Well, really, it was the basic was better, and we had a better colour palette. But no, you can't keep hold of that now, especially as you can change it on Vice. So never experienced the C64, so I reached out to a good friend of mine, as I said, OSG, and I said, tell you what, mate, you tell me a few games that, you'll have to excuse the dogs, that'll show what the C64 can do, because I haven't got a clue. So he sent me some games, and I'm going to have a look at those and give you my thoughts. But blasphemy of blasphemies, everything's going to run in RGB, full saturation. So what I shall do is just quickly change my settings, and you'll see the colour changes automatically on Vice here. This is Vice in the window. So let's get that sorted out first. Settings, CRT, saturation 2000, whatever that is, VIC2, external RGB, close. Now that is blue. It's still got your, I don't know, because that not lilac sort of colour, but the blue looks blue, less washed out. And to demonstrate this, I shall download, I'm going to knock the sound off it, but I'm going to load up, and I'll show you both versions actually, of one game with a nice screen on it, and I'll show you what they look like. So if, again, I would advise any Amstrad owners not to do this, because you will be gutted that the C64 can produce better colours. So yeah, so let's have a look at the colour differences, and then we'll go into OSG's suggestions. Okay, here we go. Loading up. I'm loading up Commando Arcade, just mainly for the main image. I've put it back to washed out. So I'm just gonna get this going. I'll have to double check the audio's off so I can talk over it. But oh, it has got it sounded. God, why didn't we have a SID chip in the Amstrad? That would have been absolutely awesome, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Where's me? It's not right there. Oh, that didn't work. Let's do it over here. I've got a volume on here. There we go. It's not the sound off it there. So, here we go. Lovely loading screen here. As you can see, the yellows and the, I can't tell, the darker yellow in the word commando. It's very pale, very washed out. The greens are very washed out, and the blues look like purple. They always did on them. Now then, so let's set it to how I like it, first of all. And you'll see what just the difference that makes. Again, I know there's going to be C64 owners saying, how dare you, etc., etc. I don't mean to offend. It's literally just what I prefer. Let's go RGB, CRT, and let's whack that saturation right up. There we go. Beautiful. Now, look at it. The blues look blue. The greens look green, the yellow looks yellow, and it was orange apparently behind there in the shadows. So that's awesome. So yeah, you can see there the difference, just changing the color palette to RGB looks, to me personally, it's a personal opinion, it looks a million times better. So there's Commando. Now then, what I'd like to do next is just quick chat about OSG, Old Style Gaming. He has a YouTube channel, and he's also got a Facebook groups, which are going to be listed below in the description, video description. I advise anybody interested in Commodore 64 or Commodore Amiga as well. He's a big Commodore fan. He's probably going to hate me for changing the color palette, but yeah, it's sound guy, anything Commodore he knows. He streams weekly, he does long play videos, etc. Sound guy. He also joins in the AMP streams, and which is really nice of him. So yeah, and he is a little bit of an Amstrad fan. He just he doesn't know it yet. But yeah, the colours look so much better to me. So yeah, we'll get on to the games that he suggested. So give me a minute and I'll get them loaded up. Okay, here we go with the first one. You'll see this this is a bit of a famous game almost in the C64 community. It's called, come on screen, Night of Black. Oh, they always have nice little intros and things like that. Nice little tune as well, which is nice to hear on the old SID chip. I may have to knock it down a touch because, you know, but here we go. This is it. There, just turn that down a touch. It's called Sam's Journey. Now then, again, you'll have to excuse, but I really had to change the colour scheme to what I like. It just brings it more alive for me, the colour palettes, and it makes it look more, I'd say almost more NES than anything. So, beautiful game. Platformer. Funky little tune, and let's just go for it. Now, with me being a crap gamer, and I really am crap, I'll be dead honest, while this intro's on, I enabled some cheats. The door locks is one of them, and I think the other one was something to do with the jetpack. I won't get that far because I'm literally just doing an overview of it. We get a nice little intro here though, a little cartoony type cartoon strip intro. Something that happened to Sam, a monster in his bedroom, poor thing. He'll have to go to therapy. So let's see, is there a way to click through it? A giant claw appears and grabs him and pulled him inside. Okay, and the first thing you come across is something I don't understand. You start falling, and you can move, but nothing else. I don't understand what's going on. But you fall, and you're underwater. Now there's a doorway here, so we'll enter the doorway. Here we go. And we've got flutterbys. Now we're on platform action here. Unfortunately it's up to jump. I'm sure there's a way to change that. I've spent about 5 minutes on this game just to get to this point. I'm crap at the controls. I haven't sussed what the nearly. good old 80s games that had to be pixel perfect. Yeah. It's hard to do the jump and then go diagonal. Won't let you do it. Anyway, yeah, so there you can see beautiful colours, beautiful graphics, made even better, as you can see by the changing colour palette. You can enter this. Does it take you back underwater? Just have a look. Yes, it does. While you're underwater, see if you press the fire button, it brings you up, and you can sort of jump, but I can't really see anything to do on this little level here. I think it's literally just an introduction level. You can't jump on those. There's the lowest one. Yeah, you just don't seem to be able to jump on it. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to do on that. Whether that's just in the background. There's a little square there. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so here we go. Sam's Journey. Great little game. Great little platformer. So I've gone past this level. I got past this level. Little screens, etc., etc. Beautiful graphics, and now beautiful colours. Great game to start with. I can understand why it's so highly thought of in the C64 community. I totally agree with them on it. Those little butterflies are nice little effects. I don't know if they do anything, but yeah, they're cute. There we go. And there's another doorway, which I can enter by pressing up. And we have some sort of Mario Land type thing going on. Where's am I going? Happy Grassland. Okay. So again, yeah, awesome game. I'm very impressed. I don't think... Oh, I've just picked that up and thrown it at you. Oh, that's cool. Oh dear. Again, Sid music is awesome. So that's Sam's Journey. Okay, the next game suggested was Alien 3, which came out in 1992 by Acclaim, as it says there, developed by Probe Software. It's I've played Alien 3 on the Mega Drive, and I'm not sure if the Amstrad had a version. I can't remember now off the top of my head, but yeah, I'll show you what it is. And again, these are games that Old Style Gaming has suggested for me to try, just to see what the C64 is capable of. Okay, get ready. Again, I'm a crap gamer, so let's see. Straight away, I'm dead. How's that? So you've got the dog type aliens, as in the movie. There we go. That's him. You got ladders you go up and down. So we'll look, see. And you can collect things. You've got to rescue the fellow prisoners, I believe. What have we got here? What's the pickup? Oh, see that straight away. Bloody rock hard, this. Yeah, that's a health. There, I've just rescued one of them. I assume you got to rescue all of them, or as many as there is. I'm not sure. Just keeping my finger on the fire button. Disappointing shooting sound from a Sid chip, that. And there's another prisoner I need to get to. Yeah, what they do is they hang off the walls and they drop down on you. It's similar as in... Oh, there's another prisoner. Similar to, again, the movie. Right. Nice graphics, nice... Again, gameplay. Again, up to jump, which is a pain. Oh, but I should imagine it's a bit of a remember game. Space. Okay, the next game's recommended is Space Taxi. It's a game by Muse, and I'll be honest, it's not what I expected to be recommended. It's more my type of game, to be honest. I love things where you have to think about it and do it. It's a cross between Thrust with a taxi service. So let's just do the beginners one, and have a play. So you're a space cabbie, and this is your cab, and here you've got thrust controls. Now that, if you look at the bottom there, you'll see my money going down, and this keeps going down. Let's get the landing gear. You don't want to do too much of a bad drop, and you pick him up and he says up please, so he wants to go through the top there. So, and the money keeps going down, so until you deliver them to where they want to go. Unlike real taxis where the money goes up, for some reason this one goes down. So there we go. It brings us to the beach. Yeah. Okay, so my money's still going down, so if you touch anything, that happens. You die. It's a cracking little game. Really my type of thing. Here we go, there's me pickup. And he wants to go to pad 3, which is up here. So there we go, pad 3. So I've made some money on him. So there we go, another one. Hey taxi, starts at a certain amount and then starts going down. Oh dear, I crashed again. So yeah, this is one I can see myself spending hours on just to get through it. It is thrust with a difference. I really like this. Graphics are basic, really, very basic graphics, but that doesn't bother me. Gameplay in bundles. If you know me, you know I love Baba's Palace. It's one where you don't have to think too much. Well, you do have to think, but you can stop and look at it and think. Pad 1, please. So, oh no, I messed that up. So yeah, first time playing this, and I am impressed. It's not graphically marvelous, but no, it's not about the graphics. Let's be honest. Even that good graphics help, but let's see what's pad 5. Oh, the dog's arguing. But again, yeah, definitely well worth playing this one. Excellent. My favourite recommendation so far by OSG. And who'd have thought I'd be pleased with something so simple. So that's Space Taxi. Check it out. Great game. Okay, here we go. The next game. Something that I really feel benefits from the RGB palette is this one, Another World. Quite a surprising little game, really. It's a run and gun. Not enough run and guns on the Amstrad. Lovely run and gun. Yeah, it's cracking. Cracking, really impressed with it. Lovely colours, lovely sprites. Really impressed with the background music. It's a Sid chip. Yeah, really cool. There we go. So it's by example. Another World by example. There you can see the background. scrolling past. Nice graphics. Again, I must try and figure out how to maybe map the jump button on Vice to me. I use this retro flag Mega Drive controller, maybe to one of the other buttons. But other than that, yeah, cracking. So, here we go, let's have a look at it. I can see beautiful graphics, background graphics, but the main sprite, it's like they forgot to add colour. It's very strange. Now, I don't understand the thinking on it. Maybe it's a... I don't know, it almost looks like it's in a different mode to the rest of the game, which is weird. You crouch to pick up. Yeah, oh, and if you don't do your jumps properly, you fall down. But yeah, again, an amazing game. I'm very impressed with this one. There's a run and gun. I'm not sure what year this was. I forgot to check it out. But again, I do have cheats activated on this. I keep falling down, man. But no, it's beautiful. Beautiful game. Highly recommended. I can again see me spending a long time on this. This one and the previous Space Taxi really have impressed me. And Sam's Journey. The Aliens one, I'm not too sure on that one because I think I've been spoiled because I played it on the Mega Drive. But again, very impressed with the scrolling, the smoothness, etc. of the C64. Is my opinions changing? I'll let you know at the end. I think you can guess though. Okay, here we go. Just like to say before it starts, the game, the crack throw to this sounds just like, I don't know, it's got that Airwolf theme to it. It's pretty cool. So, here we go. Zamzara by Racket in 1988, according to that. Now, I have played this before, briefly. I have done all the games to test it. This is like one of those, it's like you're in control of an ED, whatever it was from RoboCop, like a walker robot. Looks rock hard. I know OSG told me that use the cheats because as a newbie to the C64 in these games, I'll struggle. So yeah, let's have a crack at it and see what we think. I'll put the bag out. I'll pick the joystick up. And we'll have a look. Where's my joystick? There we go. So there, you like a mechy type warrior. Again, run and gun. Fast. Ooh, very fast. There we go. Mechy type alien thing going on. Whee! And yeah, run and gun. Again, nice graphics. A bit strange. Now, I assume it's just run and shoot more, some more. And there we go. There's the exits. Very yellow and green. It may be that this will be the first game that will probably look better not in the RGB colour scheme. What do you think? I'll change it. Maybe not. Try and get some shots over to this fella. As I said before, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I've picked up some sort of potion thing going on. Oh, it's like a little gumball machine. I'll call it a gumball machine. Yeah, right. But a blue screen now. Again, another. I'm sorry, I'm calling them gumballs. Oh, they look weird. Oh, they look cool though. I've got to say, the graphics on this are really cool. Glad I've got the cheats actually, because this is rock. Looks like it. If you double jump, you can like float in space, kind of thing going on. Die scum. Beautiful sprite work. Wish you had a rapid fire where I could just keep your finger on the button. Wow, yeah, fast. Yep, another one. Well done, OSG, for suggesting this. I can see me enjoying this immensely, especially with the cheats on. It makes me look like a better gamer than I actually am. But yeah, so there we go, Zamzara. Beautiful sprites, beautiful graphics. Yeah, awesome. No background music, I notice. But it can't have everything, especially out of 64K. Okay, so that's Zamzara. Okay, guys, here's a little bonus. This is a game that's been in development for a while now. It's called Spooky, and I think it looks amazing. High-res graphics, platformer, shmup, great music. Now I know the guy who was making this has been asking for help because he's been really ill recently. But what a game! What a game this is! And who'd have thought? Us Amstrad owners, we had shoot them. We had our high-res mode only had we had what 320 by 200 with 4 colours CGA mode. This looks like it's that mode but with 16 colours. I never knew that the C64 could achieve that. Highly impressed. I'd almost say it's even a higher resolution than that, but possibly is. As I said, I'm not well up on it. Looks amazing with the RGB colour palette and the high saturation. Absolutely gorgeous. To me, it looks 16-bit. Really does look 16-bit. Oh, I fell down the ladder. Not to worry. Yeah, it looks like a 16-bit game, and I cannot wait for this. I'd gladly pay money for this. If it does ever see the light of day, it's wow. What can I say? Who'd have thought that your humble C64 could do this? Highly impressed. So this is a cracked version of the game called Spooky. I will OSG mentioned it on a stream and I thought I'd just show it. So again, great soundtracks as well, and the one thing I do like is different areas of the wow, oh nice, I never knew all this existed. Beautiful. I can't highly recommend this. It's, as I said, it's just in demo mode. As such, it's far from complete, this game, but wow. Beautiful, beautiful. I personally would... oh, there's a coin. I don't know what they're for. Let's just... Can I fall off the screen, or is that it? I think that's all there is at that. And... Oh, can I say? I really can't. Great jump mechanic as well. I'd love this on a 2-button system. That would be awesome. Wow, I'm blown away by this game. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it's really cool. So, with that, again, I shall just let me quickly knock that off and give you my final thoughts. Well, there we go. There's the game suggested by All-Star Gaming, OSG. Again, if you want to know anything Commodore 64, I'd certainly check his YouTube channel out and his Facebook group. Again, links will be in the description for those. Thank you so much for your time, OSG, just to fish those ones out for me. I really appreciate it. Not only did he suggest them, he sent me the ROMs as well, which is always a help. Saves me trawling through the internet trying to find them. So the Commodore 64, what do I think? Is it better than the Amstrad? Pretty much, yeah. Let's be honest. My one gripe with the C64, well, my two gripes really. My one gripe was the washed out colours. That can be remedied now. If somebody, I don't know if they have or not, but if somebody could do this mod to a real C64, that'd be, with the RGB colour palette and full saturation, that'd be absolutely immense. Let me know in the comment if you know of a way to do it. I'd certainly buy a real C64 to do that and to run games on the real machine. But yeah, SID chip is, well, it's the SID chip. It's awesome. I actually prefer the SID chip to the Amiga chip. It's just got that grind about it that really appeals to me. Graphics, again, the high res is amazing, as we've just seen in Spooky, with 16 colours, very 16-bit looking. Again, immense. You've got scrolling. It's got all the things the Amstrad didn't have really. The one thing, again, that lets it down, the Commodore, as far as I'm concerned, is the basic, which was my main reason for buying the Amstrad. Not to play games. It really did. I was looking at. It was the deciding factor in my machine of choice. There's some games coming out on the Amstrad that we know of. You've seen the work by the Batman Group on their demo and on their Pinball Dreams, and the upcoming Vespertino, which is again another level. The Amstrad never really had the attention it deserved, I feel, but the Commodore was king as such, and in my opinion, quite rightly so. I'll never slag one off again. I was quite the fanboy at times with the Amstrad, saying, "Oh yeah, but it's all washed out and this that." But with this, no, it's an amazing machine, and rightly so. It's like pretty much the world bestseller it was of the 8-bits. I've got to concede that I still love my Amstrads, always will, always be my preferred machine because that's what I grew up with. You lucky buggers who grew up with a C64, yeah, you do have a cracking machine, and those with the Spectrum. I had a Spectrum. I've got Spectrum now. The one thing that, as you get older, is you appreciate each machine really for its individual abilities. And all this, my machine's better than your machine. The schoolyard fights and playground fights over machines and that, I think that's long gone now. Well, I hope it has. But my main support is still for the Amstrad. It always will be. But no, I really appreciate now what a Commodore 64 is about. I think the anybody who says it's crap or anything compared to such thing, it was. You've got to look at the year it came out. Was it 82? I think it came out 82. What all that technology from 1982 is amazing. And again, I feel it's like the Amstrad. The programming for them nowadays is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, thank you so much, OSG. Thanks for everybody listening to me waffle on, and I really appreciate your time. And yeah, still Bug Army for life, and still Rustlers for life. And there will be a Rustlers tasting coming up when I can find the new one. I forget what it's called, Tex-Mex or something. Then I found a couple of different ones that I haven't tried, so I'll try and get onto that. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. So I'll see you again, and I guess all I have to say is yellow belly out.